That's why I'm always uploading these games by my system. Every time I go online, there's always some issue. I literally just started and something happened. Well, today's a Warframe day, but for the entire month of May, for the rest of the month of May, it's going to be completely Warframe and Warframe builds, possibly two most. Why? Because, you know, I have a lot of stuff on my free time. Well, not on my free time, on my busy time between work and Warframe itself. I don't think I'm even able to do anime or even, yeah, not even anime or other games either. This is not really a slow month. It's more like the busy stuff will be outside of gaming, which is typically that takes priority. Yeah, it's a lot of very important things that's happening in the month of May. I finish all my artwork. I just have to send them to the government now to get copyrighted in massive quantities and as one pack rather than pay for them individually as individual images and moving on forward other things as well. Work, secondary work, because I got to replace the previous job with the next job, and of course schooling. So yeah, I won't have time to play another game. I'm surprised it took me this long to finish Final Fantasy, but it will never take me long to do anything Warframe. This is one of those games that you could play this whenever you want, wherever you want. What I will do today is I am going to try start with the builds. Now originally I was supposed to do a Zaku build. I never got around to that due to Final Fantasy coming up out of nowhere. Now that that's over with, I can now focus on the Zaku build. So I'm going to go for Zaku in an Ember build. It's going to be a weird thing. I wonder if I did an Ember build. I might have to look that up. If not a Zaku and an Ember build, I'm going to go for a Zaku and a Corvix build. No, I think I did a Corvix build too. I did a Nova, I did a Rhino, I did a Trinity. All the ones that appear to have so many formulas over the years I did. Aaron. I think I did a Nyx. Yes, I did a Nyx. Did I do a Mag? I did a Mirage. Did I do a Nidus? No, I didn't. Did I do a Valkyr? I probably did a Nidus too. I did a Valkyr. I did not do a Vauban. I know that for a fact. I never did a Vauban. I think I did an Excal. Did I do an Excal? Or did I only did an Excal on my own? I don't think I did an Excal. I did a Mesa. I know I did that. No, I never did an Excal. Which are the ones I know I definitely didn't do? I didn't do a Harrow. I definitely didn't do a Harrow build. I know that for a fact. I didn't do a Verona build. I know that for a fact. Caliban build. I know that for a fact. So the ones I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Zaku and the ones I know for a fact that I didn't do. Hmm. Okay, so I'm going to do one I don't typically do, which is the Zaku build. And I didn't do a mag. I definitely didn't do a mag. I will remember doing a mag because the first name, mag's name, is almost associated with my name, and I always cringe when I play mag because the name is associated with my name. It's like it's the least one I want to use, but mag is a very powerful warframe as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do mag. I'm gonna do actually I might do mag first. Yeah, I'm gonna do mag first, simply because I gotta get the cringe of my mind out of the whole gutter and thing associated my name. It has nothing to do with me whatsoever at all. It's just something mentally make you think the one that's almost associated with your name is the one that you don't want to play. But the truth is, mag is pretty damn powerful. So I think the time has come for me to actually do a mag build. Finally. And the only way to do any proper build towards anything whatsoever at all is to... Wait, who's that? Someone's knocking. Wait, one sec. Okay, that was no big deal. So I'm gonna try to keep it quiet and do this build by myself. I'm gonna start with mag. I'll be surprised if it has to take priority no matter what I think or what I do. And as long as I keep focusing at least anywhere from minimum of 5 hours if I'm busy doing something to about 10 hours, it has to be done 7 days a week. So there is no excuses. You just have to do it. So that will always take priority. But the fact that I love Warframe so much, and the fact that it's the only free-to-play game that's actually good under the guise of the quality of the game. I swear to you, if Bloodborne or Resident Evil 2, my two favorite games of all time, was free to play, I would probably be playing either one of those, or Warframe within this month, or I'll probably be playing both of them. I'll probably find a way to squish them all together if those games were free to play. Hands down, easy answer, which means I would probably play one Warframe 1 hour a day, and then the next hour will play Bloodborne, next hour will play Resident Evil. I will find some way to make 3 hours work with three different games if those games were free to play. That's how good those games are. Unfortunately, they're not. That's why Warframe always takes precedence. And I, the weird part about Warframe, Destiny would have probably been my first free-to-play game if it wasn't for the screw up. So it's kind of Warframe kind of became this happy accident, but not really, because I saw how quality this game was, and I saw how much quality Destiny was, but I realized, well, these people are independent and they don't have a big studio, but they're not having a lot of issues. Easy answer, I'm going to go with people who aren't having a lot of issues in their games, even though they also have bugs, but it's not to the level that's ridiculous. And also, they're not charging you a high price. So I believe the original Destiny was not free to play, or the original Destiny was free to play, and they kind of screwed up on certain things. And then they finally got it right, Todd Howard style. But nah, I don't think so. When Taken King came out, we're like, nah, I'm out. And then I went back to it after they got rid of Taken King, or they fixed those issues. So I'm not a Destiny fanboy or anything. I'm just a regular Destiny player. Play it every now and again. Well, I think Destiny would have been in the place of Warframe if, you know, they got their shit together, which they didn't back in the days. And the best part about Warframe, why I still love Warframe, even though Destiny's claim to have a better community, is that these people really want to talk to you on a one-on-one basis, or at least make themselves known transparently who they are. Well, not transparently because you never know who people really are, but at least to a certain level that they're interacting with their communities all the time. It's just that they don't do face to face like Digital Extremes does it in their live broadcasts. They do it on a different platform, face to face, or they do it in forums and stuff. So I'm like, really? Do these people never watch a dev stream or watch any of their forum updates or any of this stuff? Like, I don't think anyone knows exactly what a popular community is whatsoever at all. I think it's just more prejudice and pride and favoritism there. Like, that's another reason why I never went back to Destiny. But like, I think it's just my gun's bigger than your guns type stuff. I mean, like, oh man, the moment I get into you know, a grunge match, you know, or a pissing contest between whose gun's better than who, be like, none of your guns are better or bigger than the other. None of yours. I'm out the door. Audi Biscotti. Y'all could stay in that room, and that's what I did. I went out the door, didn't come back, got into Warframe. I think at the time it was Call of Duty or it was Destiny. We were claiming to be which one was better than the other back in the day. Eventually, Destiny won, but no one cared by that time. Everyone was looking for a different IP. So that's how stuff like Fortnite and Warframe came into being popular, and Apex Legends. Be like, because people got sick and tired of Destiny and Call of Duty. So everything works out in the end. Warframe became popular. Fortnite became popular. Apex became popular. And Bob's your uncle. So let me just do this. And keep it quiet. The build I'm going to go for is for a range build. A range slash tank build, if I could even manage to do so. I might have to subsume someone in order to get the tank I need, but I'm going to go for a range duration tank build, which is going to be extremely hard to do. The best mag build, I believe, was a range and a duration build. But to include tank into that, that's going to be a difficult task. That's very powerful. These are level 175 steel paths. I was able to pull 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them from here. 5 of them from there. And it's lost most of its mojo, so there's, yeah, so like 15 more of them are here. It's very strange because what's in front of you isn't pulled to you, but what's at the side is pulled to you. So, from what I could take, from what I could tell, the, because the arc of the ability is probably more than 250, that which is closer to you gets pulled in. So, because these are closer and these are much further, the closest one gets pulled in regardless. So if these characters were over here standing over there, or over here standing over there, and I press the forward button directly in front of me, they would come if I could see them, if I could visually see them standing to the left and to the right, they would be pulled towards me. For instance, I see that this one grenadier bomber here. So if I aim towards this guy, yes, he not only pulls that one grenadier bomber, pulls an extra 2 of them as well. So he could go slightly out of your field of view. So the closer the enemy is to you with the pull ability, they get pulled in. So it doesn't really matter if they're in front of you, to the left or to the right of you. Whoever is closest will be the person that get pulled first, regardless if they're directly to your left and directly to your right, directly to the left, directly to right. As long as you could visually see them to your left and to your right, they get pulled towards you. Now I'm assuming that the arc obviously is an arc. There's no 180 with any Warframe's powers when it comes to things that are directly in front of you. It's always an arc. So her arc starts from here and ends here. So it's more like exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Her arc is a 250. If her range is 250, the arc is 250. It's not based on the range of 250 directly in front of you. The 250 is an arc range, like most Warframes anyway. So let me see. No, it's 265. So the arc range is 265. It's near 180, but not technically 180. Okay, so here. Okay, so that's a full 280. That's directly to the left and directly to the right. Oh, that's kind of weird. If I'm pressing on this button. Yeah. So the command L2 is for the... Yep, there it goes. There's a little bug right there. Like if you press L2 while you're in this screen and you're on the character, nothing's supposed to happen when you're pressing L2. But that was a little bug right there, a little glitch. It just didn't happen again. Every now and again this game has like small little tad bugs and glitches, but they don't actually break the game or slow the game down. That's the one thing I could acknowledge Warframe for. None of their bugs ever are so bad that the game is unplayable. I believe only once that happens. Only once or twice that happened throughout the entire career of Warframe. And one of them was like when the game was in beta, and the other one was when the very first came out, and people wanted to get on that balloon, or that zeppelin, or that hot air balloon, and they couldn't do it. But it didn't make the game unplayable, it just made that cutscene unplayable. So it's only really one time people weren't able to play Warframe. That's a feat in and of itself for a free-to-play game, to have only one game-breaking bug that you can't play the game at all. They've never really had anything like that ever again, especially on the mass multiplayer online. So I'm now 280. Let's see what will happen. Everything to the left and to the right should be pulled towards me, not behind me. Okay, so directly to the left and directly to the right didn't get pulled because it's technically, it ends here and it ends here, but the power dies at the very edge. So it's like anything, it's like any meter. The weakest part of any meter is the far left and the far right. Now when you turn the meter towards left or towards right, then those edges become stronger. But if you're directly in the center and aiming directly in the center, the far left and the far right will always be less powerful. See, that's a weird one. He was directly standing behind me. Alright, let's try this. Here. Let's try. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 6 of them? 6 or 7 of them. Let's try these guys. Okay, so I'll leave them there. And let's see what will happen with this one. How many can I pull from this range? From this range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's another beautiful thing about Warframe. You could have, your power level could be 70% below the 100% marker. If your range is further enough, the range goes out of the power range, the power strength range, which means you're able to pull more enemies if the distance of the aura is beyond that of the strength capabilities. So if the range difference is below that of the strength capabilities, obviously you're not going to pull a lot. But if it's beyond that of the strength capabilities, you're going to pull a significant more amount, especially if it's at a greater amount. I can't even talk today. Especially if it's at a greater amount. Like this is 280. I believe this is like the max range. So if it's at max range, you could pull anything that's below. Let me see. Let's try removing this and having it at 4%. See what we'll get. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so this is the one time I have to talk regards to this. I'm gonna try to cut the background noise off. This is why I don't want to talk, because there's always background noise. It's like there's so many nosy people the moment you start to talk loud. It's like they all wake up out of coma or something, or out of hibernation, and they just have to make noise. So the issue with this is you don't need strength for this warframe, but you do need range. However, if you don't put on vitality, this warframe won't last long. And if you don't put on rolling guard, this warframe is going to die easy. But if you don't have a significant amount of range and duration, this warframe also will survive very long in combat. So that's one problem with Mag. She requires a lot of slots to make her range. She doesn't come with a great range. She will require 1, 2, 3, 4 slots to get to that 280. So we're going to try to make that possible to get to that 280, but there's no way to do it. Like let's say the enemy has a knockdown. There's like 10, 20, 25 knockdown enemies. This is bad build. You would need sure-footed. But without range, the fight will be much harder when you're fighting big boy caprices. Let me move this for right now. As in, when the screen becomes so cluttered with enemies because you've gone past the 2 hour, past the 3 hour marker, that it's we gotta kill this warframe in one shot fest. You're gonna need that knockdown, but you're gonna also need that range. Thing is, I'm thinking, do I really need the duration? I need this, and I need this to get the shield gate to at least 120, because this is 111. This goes up to a maximum of 150. So I don't really need, if I could bypass the 1.3 seconds invulnerability cooldown time, I don't have to worry about that. It goes straight for full shields. Every time it goes down, full shields go down, full shields go down. I won't need to wait for that. That would be beautiful. But in order to do so, I would have to subtract from range. I need this to get it to 120, to go past 111. I need this as well, but I have to have a form of adaptation or rolling guard. My God, man. It just don't make it easy, because the moment I move this, boom, we're back up to 555, which means this is only going to cover 120 of the 555. It just don't make it easy for you, that's for damn sure. So here's how enemies work. This is how it's hard to make a tank build in Warframe, but it's also challenging and fun. The entire screen is cluttered with enemies. Big boy caprices, gunners, heavy bombers. You're gonna need something like this because the heavy gunners are always punching the ground, going kaboom to the ground, boom, boom. 20 or 30 Exumus enemies, all having corrosive weapons, all lighting you up like a Christmas tree. Keep constantly hitting the ground, boom, boom, boom. And surrounding by them, we have heavy bombers. 20 to 25 bombers accompanying them in a squad. All level 180, all level 200s, or all level 175s. The moment you hit the ground the first time, if you don't have this, the second bomb that hits you, or half of a clip from the guns that are coming from 175, you're already dead before you even fully get up. So this is a must if you're fighting long-term fights. So I'm going to see if I could try and maintain the 265. This is a squishy frame. That's why I needed that. Um, Let me go back to it. Catalyzing shield. Because there's no way 120 would be able to fold this up when you're fighting big boys. But you need this. You will always need this. So the damnness of things, the closest you'll be able to get to that 120 is it will now replenish 80% of the 111. So you still won't be full. Okay, think about it this way. He's M16A2 Cyrus rifle. They're carrying that, and they keep firing at you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Your shields go down, goes into red, completely gone. It now replenished 20%, while before it could even get to your health, 80%. Then you have to now take down that as well. Boom, boom, it instantly goes back up, 80%. Boom, 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 they take it down again, back up, 80%. Eventually, some of those bullets are going to hit the health before that 80% is completely replenished. Because it's not going to get through the whole, it has to constantly keep getting through the shields every time it gets replenished to get to the health. So that window, that open window of 1 minute and 3 seconds is the time when the enemy could do a lot of damage towards you if you don't fully replenish instantaneously. That's the tricky part. But you need the range in order to suspend the enemy in their little animation. This whole Warframe thing is range. So for, my god, if I remove this and make this 220, the only thing I can think of for a tank somewhat range build is to do this. Is to remove that, keep this at, let's see, where is it? There. Remove that, keep a 220 range, and keep this right here. The strength doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to get the 120 energy spent added to the 111, which means I'll have additional energy or shields left over, which means it'll always be instantaneous with brief respite, and I don't have to worry about knockdown. So this seems to be the better choice. I have vitality on as well. I really want that 280, or at least that 265, because you could grab more enemies that way. Let's see how many I could grab from over there at this range. I doubt I'll be able to grab the amount that I could before. Let me step a little bit in front of him. Now, see, the great part about her ability is that it's an aura that's surrounding her. The primary arc is like, it says 220, is arcing at a 220. And you would have to, like, say, realize that some of that power is also going to influence the back as well. Not a lot, but because it's a surrounding arc, the arc, if she's close to an enemy, they're going to get influence, but not that much. So let me just do this real quick. Come on here, and come on here. If you could solve her first powers with her first abilities, then the second and third will be no problem. Alright. And you guys are... Okay, so now... Okay, so let's see. The enemies won't be like that, they'll be more spread out. But let's see, based on here, how many would I be able to pull from all the way over here at 220? All the way as far back as I could go. None. Maybe because this was blocking my left and my right. You have to pay attention to those things as well. This is magnetism. This is math. Basically, it's more science than math. It's about electromagnetic fields. It applies to computers as well as it applies to reality as well. It's doing things based on calculation of electromagnetism. At least I'm hoping that's what the people who designed this game are doing it based on that. So now the left and the right are both free. Let's see if I'm able to pull at least one or two. I could see left, I could see right. No. That means the 220 range at the front isn't, I'm not close enough for 220. Let's go forward a little bit more. None. 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 Way up here on this podium, and they were all the way over there. Let's see how many I grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 enemies. They were all grouped together. So I grabbed 9 enemies close in a group. That's a lot of enemies at 9. Let's see that. Let's check this out. 55 meters. Strength of 192, which isn't nothing. They probably didn't even feel that. It probably just tickled them. But it's not about them being affected by the magnetism. It's the magnetism being affected onto them, whether they took the damage or not, which they didn't. I mean, they took the damage, but they didn't even feel it. It's like a mosquito bite. It's strange. They took a mosquito bite, but their whole body is pulled. So the force is powerful, but the bite is nothing. And that's what you really want. The damage of this Warframe is going to be done within your guns, not within your powers. The sole power of Mag is to stabilize the enemy in a contained area, and then once they're all locked down, with your guns, the guns will do all the work for you. The powers is simply to lock them in place so that they don't kill you. That's good. Okay, so we'll keep 220. 220 is good. That's fact. Let's fact check some more. That invulnerability period was more than 1.3 seconds. So I wonder if I take this off. Let's put anything here. Let's see what will happen. Or maybe it has to do with this. Yes, definitely has to do with this. It has nothing to do with this. This is just to remove it. Actually, 1.33 full shield gate immunity duration. Okay. And this is on shield cast. Converts 150% of shields spent on bellies while over shields are inactive. Say 150. Okay, 1.33. So an extra 1.33. So 1.3 and an extra 1.33. Okay. And then this works. 120 added towards shields. Alright, so let's test that theory. Let's test that theory. Let me remove this and see what happens. See what happens. 1.7 now. Ah, so I was right. If the standard shield is on, the shield gate period is much longer. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see how fast it will take for them to kill me. First, second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't feel any different. It doesn't feel any different. Feels about the same. Let's walk around. Okay, let's walk around. It's okay, it feels about the same simply because I was walking around. Let me stay in place again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20 or 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What the hell? You guys on a break or something? Almost a full minute of me doing nothing and them killing me. So let's test something else out right now. Let's remove all this and let's see what's going to happen. And this as well. And put on anything else. Random. Sure-footed will still stay on, but no, nothing else. None of this should matter whatsoever at all. Actually, let's remove that as well. So none of this should matter. The only thing that should matter in this situation is sure-footed. So let's see what will happen. There you go. Shield gate is important. It goes directly to the 555 740. Well, maybe no. Let's try this again. Maybe that was just a glitch. I think that was just a glitch. Because I got out. See? Okay, it's the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 16, 17. Let's try it again. This time I won't move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 10 seconds. Let's see if that was a glitch as well. This time I want to stand right in the middle of enemy territory. Oh, actually, hold on. Kill all the enemies. Yes, I will. Restart again. Simulate. And this time out. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh man, why from there? Why not from where I was standing? I get a bad reading now. I'm gonna get a bad reading. I'll try to move faster. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. I'm gonna add 25 more seconds to that because I had to run over here. So 20 seconds and you're dead in a group of people surrounding you. Try it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, about 20 seconds in a group of people all surrounding you, there are bombers, and you're dead. It'll probably be like 15 seconds with heavy gunners because they're all shooting machine guns. Alright, so let's try this with all my stuff on. Pause first. Now I'll put everything back on and we'll see what happens. Now I'm aware that it's all about fighting as well. If I'm not doing anything, then I'm probably going to have about the same results as if I'm doing something. That fighting is a part of the whole scenario of survival. Normally you won't be standing around. But I'm doing the standing around to see what is the small percentage of more survivability for doing absolutely nothing. Then I'll add that to the factor of when I do start fighting. So this mag build is probably going to be an interesting one. Okay, so that, and rolling guard. Wait a minute, if I'm channeling the third ability, and if I'm channeling the second and the third, no, but I'll have to use rolling guard just in case. There's enemies that come up behind me or far in front of me. So let's see. I'm so happy that they actually add text to this, so you don't have to look for. This game has tons of mods to a ridiculous degree. Alright, so let's see what we have here. There he goes again. Okay, you had. Alright. Is that glitch? Okay, let's try that again. Nope. Mr. Glitch is going off again. Let me just switch to. Okay. Good. It didn't go off. Okay. So, not so worried about this. Just had to check the first one to see the range. Your bread and butter with mag is your second and your third. The second ability simply is to trap someone within your magnetism and have the shrapnels kill them. And then while the shrapnels are killing them in the inside, you then hold on the second abilities to pull said shrapnels towards you and then explode outwards. Or what you could do is keep said shrapnels on the character, and in third abilities emit an energy pulse that depletes the shields of an enemy, which means said guy in shrapnel gets sent towards your allies surrounding you with at 220 range, and directly afterwards, says here, debris left over from the pulse become polarized shards. So nearby polarized shards orbit mag and cut enemies, inflicting bleed status. So this one doesn't do bleed status. This one just straight out kills them. But this one does the bleed status. Or maybe I'm seeing wrong. No, yeah, it reflects it back. So there's no need for her to pull this towards her, to put it around her. You could just, this is the tactic that's always been used for mag. You put it around the enemy, enclose them, or how many enemies are within that 220, surrounding them, the amount of damage from your weapons that are damaged them, and the amount of things that have been stripped from their armor is then, you then use it on the third abilities to go outwards. So if an enemy is outside of that bubble, they're going to get killed by the body of the person that's on the inside from their stripped body, as well as the bullets that are inflicted on that enemy that you're using from whatever weapons. That's why it's very important. The second and third abilities are very important. The first one, not so much. You would use the first simply to get away, like if you're running for your life, or you're trying to pull enemies away from an ally that's about to die. The fourth ability is, I really don't find the point of the fourth ability. And the strange part about Warframe is you can't get rid of the fourth. The fourth is like what makes them who they are. It's not as important. However, a lot of people will say if you're able to get off your second and your third, by the time you cast your fourth, if the enemy is super strong, the moment you cast your fourth on an inflicted second and third, the moment you cast your fourth on that enemy, boom, they're dead. So you would have to use the first, you would have to use the second, third, and then inflict the fourth for them to be dead. I don't see that being good. This Warframe this Warframe always had a second and a third ability. The first and the fourth has always been iffy. But if you subsume the first ability, this Warframe now becomes very good, because now you can have a crowd control subsume first and two additional ones that are actually good, and the only bad one will be the fourth. But if you know how to use fourth, then all the abilities with the subsume will make this Warframe, all four abilities, great. But in all truth, two of the abilities are great and other two are bad. But with subsume, you now have three abilities that are great, which makes this Warframe about average to about a good Warframe, not a great. I would say this is a very good Warframe, just not a great Warframe. So now we're going to test this again. I'm not going to stay on this long. But I had to make sure I explain mag. No, that was bad. Let's try this again. Okay. Same thing as before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 this time. 23. Alright, so now that my shields are fully up, I'm gonna unpause again. The last one, I got it to about 15 without any of these mods on. Probably about 20 seconds most without the mods on. Here, with the mods on, let's see what will happen. 10 seconds. That doesn't seem to make much sense. Or maybe it is. It makes perfect sense. Okay, rolling guard was initiated before. That's why it happened that way. Let's try it again. Yeah, that's because of rolling guard. Okay. No more rolling guard. About 10 seconds. 10 seconds without rolling guard. 10 seconds without rolling guard. Oh, because this isn't here. Okay, I'm not thinking. I forgot to put brief respite in. I said I was going to keep it quiet, but I really need to describe what it is that I'm doing. I don't think just pointing things will actually work out. Let's try it again. That was less than 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 22. Let's say about 20 seconds. Let's see if that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. About 20 seconds. About 20 seconds with brief respite on. Let's get more accuracy. I'm gonna have to get more accuracy here. What the? Okay, let's try this again. Five seconds. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Strange. So the wait period for the shield gate is 1.3, and of course upon every death there's the 1.3. So I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm not going to pay attention to the mortality time period. I'm going to pay attention to the time once the shields are on. Once it's active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 seconds. 5 or 6 seconds. Okay. I'm not going to pay attention to that anymore, because that's giving an inaccurate reading simply because it's a default settings. It has nothing to do with shield gain or anything. Just have to make sure everything's working out the way I want it to. And this time I'm going to do it without the rolling guard. So no matter how many times we roll, it's not going to work whatsoever. But we should get back a certain amount of shields per each damage we receive. Well, it truly all depends what's going on. Nope, that's even less. Let's try it again. Not gonna count. Now I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds. So it's no difference. There is no difference. When it comes to doing absolutely nothing, no shooting enemies, no killing enemies, the time period for which you have these on, these don't do anything with regards to a brief respite in comparison to not having them on at all. By the time period for when you die, you get like 4 or 5 seconds with or without these on. So they don't do much of anything unless, it says here, overshields are additional shields that stacks on top of regular shields. They do not regenerate after they are expended. So they're not going to regenerate, obviously. And it says here, 120% energy spent on abilities is converted to shields. So these aren't going to work until I spent them on abilities. So they're never going to go into effect. So there's no point for me to have them on whatsoever until I use an ability or a shield or additional shield stack. And this won't work also until I use an ability. So let's remove that as well. So nothing I did before would have mattered at all. Did I waste my time? No. I just had to test certain things to see what would happen. Test this to see what would happen if my shield is at 111 instead of 155. How long would be the amount of time period that would go by versus 155 against 175 enemies. Three seconds. Let's try this again. I'm not going to count the mortality period. Two to 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Probably just 2 seconds. So 2 seconds once immortality is off, or at least 1.3 invincibility period before immortality is off. Because yeah, all right. So that's 2 to 3 seconds. Now we're gonna do this. Let's see how many seconds. One, two, three. 3 seconds. Let's try it again. One, two, three, four. About 4 seconds. So 2 additional more seconds beyond that of the 175. Let's try it again. Two seconds on that one. Try it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 seconds. Now let's see if I was mistaken before. One, 2 seconds. Try it again. One, 2, 3. That's weird. Well, they are super strong. It's about around the same. 1, 2. About around the same. So the amount of shields doesn't matter whatsoever at all. Okay, so now that I know the amount of shields really doesn't matter, whereas 175 shields and 155 shields, shields does not matter. It'll probably die within the same amount of seconds regardless. Alright, so let's move on to what really matters. Wait a minute. So let's see. What's the time period for this thing? I already know what will happen the moment I roll. I'll get 3 seconds. 3 additional seconds added to the 175. I mean 1.7 seconds. But I didn't roll, so it's still 3 seconds. Okay. I'm going to roll. Okay. So I had 2 to 3 seconds added to another 3 seconds. So about 5 seconds in total. 5 seconds in total. Alright. And now we'll test it with catalyzing shields. But I know how this works. I'm aware that this won't do much of anything unless I'm actually taking actions. Shieldgate doesn't work if you're not doing something. But I'm just testing everything to see if anything will happen even if I don't do anything. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds. Let's test. One, 2, 3. Okay, so it really doesn't do anything. I just get the 3 seconds instead of the 5 seconds. Or 4 seconds instead of 5 seconds. So I only have 1 second for 178 and about 2 to 3 seconds for 555, along with the 3 seconds from the rolling guard. So more shields with rolling guard is far better, which it doesn't really matter because the seconds, more shields or less shields won't matter in the long run whatsoever at all. The rolling guard is what matters. That and replenishing your shields. And only to replenish your shields is based on action. So what I will do, however, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to try. I'm going to pick up some orbs, health orbs, and see how long I will last with just these 2 on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seconds. Let's try it again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 seconds. Let's try it again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 8 to 10 seconds. That's beautiful. So health conversion is extremely important. I managed to get in a full 3 seconds with health conversion. There are 3 orbs that surround you, so the enemy has to kill off each one of these orbs. So that's an additional 3 seconds added on top of the 3 seconds here. So that's 6 seconds. But you have your default, which is also anywhere from 1 to about 2 seconds. So it's 3, 4, about 6, 7, 7 to about 8 seconds. I would say you have about 7 to about 8 seconds if you're not doing anything or you're not moving fast. So if you're not doing anything and you're not moving fast or you're not moving at all, you would have about 6 seconds if you're not moving whatsoever at all. If you're moving around like I did, you would have about 7 to about 2 seconds more, or to about 10 seconds. So that's very good. So this is very important as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this and now test. This is all being tested on Mag because she's very squishy. I'm now going to use powers in order to initiate over shields and replenish shields. However, speed is required in this for it to actually work, so natural talent would have been a factor. So I'm thinking about it. Should I put catalyzing shields on or leave catalyzing shields off? I think the best answer would be to leave catalyzing shields off and put on that additional 3 seconds. But like I said, catalyzing shields work upon using your powers in order to fully replenish your shields. So let's see what will happen now if health conversion is better. Speed is an issue here, which is very important. For you to use your first, your second, and your third ability. That's 1 second per cast. So with a survivability about 6 to 7 seconds or 10 seconds, you have to subtract 2 seconds from you actually initiating the ability of the second and third. So if you have about 6 to 7 seconds, you'll only have about 5 seconds of survivability. Same thing for 10 seconds. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast the second, and I'm going to cast the third, first the second, and then I'll wait, and then I'll cast the third. Now here's where the duration part comes in. The second will have initial duration. We'll see how long the effect of the duration will be before they actually start to affect you. Shields went back up. Let's see what will happen. I'm still taking damage. The enemies are still hitting me. But the bullets are all going in here, so everything he's firing is going in here. This is why range is very important. This bubble is small. When you're in mission, eventually you'll be in an era where the bubble is required to be much bigger. You only cast the third when your shields go down, or when you have to kill enemies outside of the bubble. The duration of this is very important, but you also have to have the other stuff on as well. But if you could keep them in there forever, it won't matter. So what I'm going to do is seeing that the second duration for the second is pretty long, this won't go into effect until the shields are completely down. So would I really need to have 120 if I could at least get most of the damage locked into the second ability? I mean, into the second and the third. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 80 might be just what I'm looking for. Or in this case, $165 might be just what I'm looking for. Or maybe that's not the case. Maybe the duration is what I'm looking for. Let's see. This is 26 seconds. Almost a full 30 seconds. Okay, let's try. Let's try. You don't want narrow minded at all. You need to have long duration period. You need to have long range. Narrow minded won't be a good idea. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Which one? Okay, 12. 12. They're both 12. Still. Okay. Let's try something. Do I have? No, I don't have it. Alright. Damn. Alright, I don't need this for the test. Two oh 7. 30. It was 28, 29, 30, 33 seconds more, really? Is that even good? 179. So I got 21 seconds, 21 or 22 seconds more. And all I got from that is 3 seconds. You're just going to get 3 seconds more. Don't think that's as good as having more range. Because then you can lock them all in. And plus the bullets won't hit you if the range is further. Yeah, you got to pull on the bullets more. I wonder. Health probably doesn't even matter in this equation either. If you're able to have a Spectre healer next to you. I mean, that's very iffy. But if you have both these on, your shields will always go up so you don't have to worry about health. Alright, so and if you have health conversion on, you get an additional 3 seconds added, which is like 1,000 more health, or 450 more armor added to the armor you already have. So it's like having vitality without vitality. What you have to eat through the armor before they could get to your health. I was thinking, let's see here. Try regular prime continuity. This might be it. The only issue now is retaining your energy amount. The only issue might be retaining the energy amount at a base of 100. Casting the second and third ability will be very important, which means this has to, based on energy pickup, 60% chance to replenish 150 energy. But that's 60% chance, so there's no guarantee that you will get it at all. So you will need energy pads to use for this person, for this Warframe. I don't think it's a good idea to even try to remove any of these mods off unless you truly can't get energy given back to you in time and you need to have energy. I will have to test it without this and streamline. But that's the thing. Prime flow seems to be the more efficient method. So I keep doing this without ever worrying about. Yeah, I think prime flow is the more efficient method. Yeah. But the problem with prime flow is it's not going to give me, if I put on regular flow, flow is going to be completely filled up and you'll have an extra 150 once you hit that 6% chance. But with prime flow, it's not going to be completely filled up, but you need that extra 85. It all depends on how it goes. Let's see. Let's see what happens. In mission, you're not going to be completely. Once you get 30% of energy, you have to use that effectively in combat. Prime flow might not be the best options to use effectively in combat. So with Streamline, you save up to 30% of that energy. So it's like having 60%. 30% of that 30%. Which is not really good. Like say if a pie is completely 30 and 30% of a pie percent is being saved, you know, it's not really good. It's just a little bit more than 25% of the pie, which is like for 30 of 30 you get like what, 10 energy saved, 9 to 10 energy saved. So that doesn't seem to make sense. Whereas prime flow, the moment you spend this energy is gone, but prime flow you have an extra 100. Or with flow you have extra 100, and if this kicks in, it will replenish this. I don't know if flow or prime flow or flow is the best choice in this situation. I know flow is better, and prime flow is only going to, this is only going to give 150. So you're still going to be 60, 70, 80 off by 35% more energy, which is fine. But in mission, like some warframes, 30% of something that prime flow, like I remember using Rhino with prime flow, is terrible. Maybe they fix it. Maybe this is a good idea to have it. Because the bar doesn't recognize when the energy is so low based on the type of mods you're using. So if you're using prime flow, it will seem very low. and you won't be able to hit the bar of the abilities. It has to be by the bar where the abilities are, where the icons for the ability is. If it's below it, then it won't show. Maybe they fixed that and it doesn't matter anymore. So let's see. It's a lot of NG just casting those two abilities. They're basically killing each other for me with their powers. I mean, with their guns. See how much energy I get back from their dead bodies. Will it be filled once they're all dead? Also, as long as you're standing in front of your bubble, and the enemies cannot shoot around the bubble, they have to shoot. You have to be near the bubble, just not further enough for the projectile to go around the bubble. Not too close to the bubble. Not too close to the bubble, but not far away from the bubble. Because if the enemy's all the way over here, and the enemy's all the way over here, then their projectile is going to go around and kill you. You want to be close enough to the bubble, but not too close to the bubble. Whereas if they're bombs, wait, okay, if they're bombs or they're grenades, trajectory goes around to you. It's not going to go completely, so it travels to where you're moving. So if you travel and you lead the bombs within the bubble, it's not going to hit you. It's going to go into the bubble. So it's very important for this Warframe to have range. It doesn't have to be max range, but it has to be a large range where you can move around so bullets and bombs don't hit you. You move around the bubble. It's like hide and go seek. It's like hide and go seek with regards to a wall. Like say if this was a boss in a Souls game. You're playing, or like when I was playing Dark Souls 3, I was fighting that giant wolf. He can't do nothing because he can't get through the giant wall. His powers can't go through the giant wall. You can only go around it based on the edges, or projectiles can only go around it. But if you're hiding by the wall and you're not moving from the wall, he can't do anything about it. Same in Warframe. Bullets cannot just go around and say hide and go seek, peekaboo, I see you, and then they kill you here. They follow you based on where you are. You notice he's not dead yet because I didn't cast the third. He's being stripped of all his armor, but his armor is already stripped, so there's no armor left. He's just taking magnetic damage, which isn't much of anything. It's 4. So when I cast the third, I've now initiated the third ability, which is I'm probably going to die once he says emit an energy pulse that depletes enemy shields and armor as okay. Pause that. And there was a reason, there was a big reason why I made sure to check catalyzing shields, why I removed catalyzing shields, why I check shields, why I check brief respite. Brief respite and this and augur, these 3 together, or these 2 together, are simply for when you cast your abilities, that energy is going to be saved by the cast ability. It's not going to be used to go back into the shields until the shields are completely depleted. So unless you use your powers, these are never going to go into effect, and this isn't going to go into effect. But these are all representatives for when you're in dire situations, which means you always have them on for when the shit hits the fan. And it doesn't matter that you're hiding behind a wall, including this. So 1, 2, these two count as 1, 1, 2, and 3 count as 3. So that's very good. And this is simply here to lower your shields to 111, so that when 80% goes toward the shield, at least you have 80% of shields. They have to shoot through the 80% to kill you, rather than having neither of these on and you're at 111. And when your shields go back up, it goes up the slow way. I really wanted to have the other one on, but I thought about it and I said to myself, well, what do I really want on? More range so I could do more peekaboo, I don't see you, or you can't catch me? Or do I want to get 120 energy so I could fully replenish my shields? And my answer to that is, well, if they can't hit me because the bubble is big, then it won't matter what the peekaboo, I can't see you is, because they can't hit me. And as long as I have good duration period, which is 26 seconds or 26.85 seconds, as long as I could get NG within the time period needed for 26.8 seconds, I'm fine. So we're going to remove prime flow and we're going to put regular flow on, and we're going to see how long it would take for me to get energy back per every dead body that it will require prime flow, or when this is going to kick in. Does this kick in good with prime flow and flow on the mag, or does kick in good with prime flow and flow? Arcane Energize. Does Arcane Energize kick in good with flow or with prime flow on the mag at 175 duration? Let's try this again. Kill enemy, restart. Clear, kill, simulate. It's very important. Everything in Warframe is very specific. There's a difference between going for 1 hour in a long duration mission to 2 hours in a long duration mission. When you understand how things work, like everything work. Well, I'm having lag right here, which means it's time for me to get offline. That's if what I'm having is what I'm thinking I'm having, which is my network is about to go down. But I think I've just solved the situation right here. So if my network does go down because they're not popping up, this is the build you want to go for. So far, this is a decent build. Efficiency is not needed if you're able to get the 60% chance for replenish of this. And if an enemy drop an orb like once every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, depending on how long you stay in the mission, it all depends. The Warframe by themselves generate energy over time, so you can't fully depend on this, but you can't fully depend on this either. But it all depends on how often does the enemy drop. That's why you have energy pads within your gear. How often do you try to use something? So let's try this again. Hopefully my internet will go down, but if it does, simulate. All right, energy, take AI off, detour. So right now, second ability is stripping them of their armor, and they're basically shooting themselves. And once they finish shooting themselves, I'm going to cast a third in order to replenish my shields. I don't see my energy regenerating enough at the bottom. Nope. And it's not advised to go in there to pick up any energy when they're inside the bubble. So you really have to wait for your energy to regenerate at the bottom, which is definitely not happening. So in this situation, what would be the best choice? Actually, now I think about it, the best choice might actually be that new mod. I never realized, I completely forgot about that new mod. Wait, what? Oh, they killed me before. Yeah, okay. Bug. Hopefully it goes away. Yeah, it went away. Okay. So, the new mod is... It didn't go away. The new mod, I'm glad they made this one, is Energy Nexus. Warframe receives 0.3 energy regeneration over time. I think this will work best for her. 100%. Let's try it. So we'll start here and we'll try again. We'll see how this works. Do we have rolling guard on? We didn't put rolling guard on. I thought we did. I keep saying we. Oh, it's not on. No, it is on. What the hell? Oh, because it went off before. Okay. Rolling guard. Okay, there. I rolled before. Alright. Let's look at the energy regeneration. It's slowly going up, as I could see it. Very, very slowly. 143, 146, 148, 150, 155. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That's perfect for mag. I'm now at 111, 115, 120, 125, 126. 150. 140. So duration won't matter if I have this mod on. I can't initiate the third ability again because it requires a certain amount. Let's try the third ability again. 20 seconds. 27. 34 energy. 43 energy. 46 energy. Let's try it again. Come on. It's gone. Back to 20. 7. I'm going to try to see if I could get it down as low as I possibly can for the second ability. I could help by killing them, but that's not the point of the video. This is a mag survival build, tank build based on range as well. Or at least a mag survival. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. There we go. 5. It was at 5. It was at 5% of energy. Now it's going back up to 20. Let's try that again. I like that a lot. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, at 0. 3 seconds. Come on, second ability. Come on, second ability. Come on, second ability. Come on, energy. In regards to rolling guard, I completely destroyed my energy using the first ability. Got it all the way down to 0, waiting for energy nexus to kick in. Use rolling guard within that 3 seconds and moving around, and then cast the second ability. That's beautiful. That's beyond. These are level 175 steel path enemies. So 3 bombs from them equals death. See? Let's see it again. I'll wait for the shield gauge invincibility period to go down. I want to see if it's 3 seconds, just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 3 to 4 seconds. 3 to 4 seconds. Alright. So they're pretty tough. So now, 3 to 4 seconds is now 1. I'm waiting for the vulnerability to go away, as well as rolling guard of 3 seconds added. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I'll be here all day. If Energy Nexus is added and all I'm doing is second ability, I'll be here all day. This is beautiful. Could speed up the process by killing them. Reload. Cast again. Done, sir, done. Bob's your uncle. This is a very good bill. And that's it for this video. 2 hours is the limit I could go for builds. I'm going to be doing nothing but Warframe in the month of May. And this is perfect build. Enemy hits the floor, you will never move, no matter how many of them are punching the floor, going Hadouken to the ground, or at least doing the whole Hulk smash to the ground. It's like, you did Hulk smash. Doesn't change a damn thing. I'm still standing. This only works in emergency situations. It's just this will kick in based on the amount of time I've used my powers to replenish 80% with these two together, which means no matter what the enemy does, if they knock off my shields and get to my health, at least 80% will go back in place. Or 150 of energy spent. If I spent 150, I'd be able to get full shields. And then 60% of this, based on chance, if I pick up an energy along the way in a mission, I'll be able to get 150 going towards this. So no matter how you look at it, this is going to replenish this to get to 80 to about 150. And this is going to go replenish all the way to this in order for me to use the second ability to stay much longer in mission. And this is going to go towards the overall survival of 3 seconds if your energy is completely run down. So you're running around like I did. Please kick in, please kick in, please kick in Energy Nexus, and boom, because this is on. Otherwise I would have been dead. So this is a very good build. Catalyzing shield is very good because now I'm able to lower it to 111, and this will be able to, in emergency situations, put my shield back up to 80. But now that I think about it, maybe I don't really need this. Maybe if I remove this, I put this back up to 55, they will still have to get through 80% of shields that's been replenished regardless if this is at 55. So I'm thinking the best build is probably, since I probably won't be able to put adaptation with rolling guard, you have to have one or the other. I haven't checked that out yet. I think the best solution will be either to put vitality back on, or from what I've just tested, it's work just the same as with vitality. If you have 3 bars of this, which is they have to get past 3 different ones of this, 450 per each floating orb, and you have 3 of them floating around you, that's more than 1,000. So they have to kill each of those 3 orbs before they even get toward your 370 health. So I think that's much better than vitality in my opinion. So this might play out better than vitality. If not, put on vitality and Bob's your uncle. This is all good right here. So this is the build for Mag. Tomorrow I might try a different Mag ability, or whenever I get back on Warframe again. So if anyone's going for a Mag ability, I would say go with this. Either trade this out for vitality or trade this out for catalyzing shields. Whatever you want to trade it out, you can trade it out. But Energy Nexus is, the godsend for this, at least with regards to what you're going to be doing. So this is a pretty good build. I don't know why I had Arcane Awakening on. Oh yeah, when you reload, you get 125 damage in pistols. Oh yes, this Mag's whole thing is that her powers with her second and third ability work better when you're using pistols than when you're using primary weapons. That's why I had this on. So pistols work best with her bubble than with primary. But I think they fixed that as well. But this is a good build. This is a good Mag build. I actually liked it. I test everything. I tested how long the seconds work and everything. So, yep, that's it for this video. That was my Mag test build. At least this is one of two. I might do one more for Mag and then move on to Saku, like I said. I might actually do 3 builds for this month since I'm doing nothing but Warframe for the month of May. Alright, that's it. I'm out.